Hi there, it's Jenny from Ads Uncorked, and we help business owners grow their email lists, sell their product, as well as grow their businesses using Facebook and Instagram ads. I'm so excited that you want to learn more about how to get your ad account set up properly, how to maneuver it, and find your way through Ads Manager. So let's go ahead and dive right on in. I'm going to start with a very, very brief overview of how to find Facebook Ads Manager and what you're even looking at. And then we're going to dive right into how to install that pixel and verify your domain. This is a new step that has just rolled out within 2021 that Facebook is now requiring that we do. So make sure you watch through the entire video here to understand exactly how it is that we get our domain verified. So let's get started. When you're in Facebook, you can go on over here on the left-hand side and click on Ads Manager. This will bring you into Ads Manager. Like I said, I'm going to give you a really quick overview here, but what I want you to know is that the next part of this tutorial is moving into how it is that we set up our pixel. Our pixel tracks everything on our website, from number of people who have added to cart, made purchases, signed up for an email list, booked you for your services, you name it, the pixel can track it. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump on over here into Ads Manager. If yours doesn't have it on the left-hand side, yours might even be, if you have your little drop down here on the top right, there'll be an option for running ads. Now, when we are in Ads Manager, you will see an ad account if you have one set up already, or it may prompt you to go ahead and create one. All right, so very briefly, what I'm going to run through here is we are looking at the campaign, the ad set, and the ad level. Campaign level, this is our bigger picture idea, what it is that we're looking to do, whether it's brand awareness, opt-ins, you name it, it's happening here. Ad set, this is where we go ahead and we put in our audience, how long we want the ad to run, what our daily budget is. And then at the ad level is where we actually go ahead and create that physical ad. Now, I have tutorials that are going to be emailed out to you later on this week, walking you through more in depth, step by step, each of these things. But first, today, we absolutely have to get that Facebook pixel installed on your website so that we can track everything moving forward, and we've got to get your domain verified. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to need to do is to go ahead and verify your domain. Now, the way that we do this is through setting up your brand safety through Business Manager. Let me show you how we do this. So head to business.facebook.com. Make sure you check out my tutorial on how to set up the Business Manager if you don't have this set up already. Then what I'm going to have you do is go ahead and when you're in your business settings, click on Brand Safety. Now, if your business settings doesn't show up like mine here, let me show you how you can find it. Head to this 3x3 grid, click on the little gear icon where it says business settings, and then your screen should look like mine. If you don't by chance have that 3x3 grid and maybe you've got a gear icon similar to this on your page somewhere, go ahead and click on that, and then your screen should start looking like mine. Next, what we're going to do is, again, under brand safety, we're going to click on domains, and then it's going to tell us that we don't have a domain yet. So we'll go ahead and click add. This is where you go ahead and you put your domain. I'm going to get rid of the HTTPS and just grab it starting at www. Let me take off this at the end. Just have the regular plain domain right here. We're going to go ahead and click add. And now I'm going to refresh my screen. Now you're going to see that we have 3 different options for how we can verify our domain. This is our next step. It says verification is pending, but we need to get this set up. You can see that there's a little red dot here because it's not verified. So we can either do a DNS verification, HTML file upload, or a meta tag verification. You can do whatever one you think is easiest for you. You can click through and read them. Depending on what your site is, meta tag is probably going to be the easiest one. So I'm going to show you how to do this right now on a Wix website. All right, so our next step is to get logged into the back end of our website. Now, if you don't have a Wix site, like let's say you have a Shopify website or some other platform, all of these platforms have very easy ways that we can go ahead and do the DNS verification or the meta tag verification. Sometimes HTML requires a little bit more experience, but these 2 options are pretty easy to do. Like I said, back end, most of them have just a spot where you can copy and paste that meta tag and the DNS. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just show you how to do the DNS verification. So first things first, on our website here, we're going to get logged in and then click on domains. And it's really as simple as copy and pasting what they call the TXT. So this TXT record on our website. So we're going to scroll on down, make sure that we are selecting the proper domain. click on these three dots here and click on Manage DNS Records. We're then going to scroll on down to where it says TXT, and we're going to copy and paste that string of letters and numbers, and then click Save. It's going to give me a little success sign. We successfully added the TXT records. Now it's letting us know that changes to these records can take up to 48 hours, and I think Facebook even says that it can take up to 72 hours, so know that this isn't going to be instantaneous. I can click Verify right now. It might be instantaneous on your end, but more than likely it's going to take a little while to verify. But we know that we copy and pasted it, and we can come back and check on this at any point in time. Again, under business.facebook.com, then we go to brand safety and click on domains, and we can try verifying it again after 48 hours. All right, so we've gone ahead and we have verified our domain. We know that it's working because when we go to brand safety under domains, this has actually turned green, a reminder that it was red before, and it verified itself within a couple minutes. There was even a little pop-up that said, congratulations, you've been verified. So the next thing we're going to do is click on Connected Assets, click on Add Assets, select your page, and you're good to go. Now, something to note is that we went ahead and we verified our domain. So that's telling Facebook, hey, we own this URL and we're allowed to put a pixel on it and we want to do special tracking. So that was step one. Now, step two is getting the pixel on your website if you don't have it installed already. So what I'm going to have you do is click on Data Sources, Pixels. Now, this website in particular already has a pixel on it. How do I know that? Well, I put it on here. And another thing that we can do is download the simple tool called a Facebook Pixel Helper, and it'll light up here if we've got a pixel. So this one already has a pixel, but I'm going to show you what to do if you don't have a pixel already. And again, the pixel is just a little piece of code that we put on our site so that we can measure people who are making purchases or people who are signing up for our email list, booking us for services, whatever it might be. So under Data Sources, click on Pixels. You might see your pixel here. If so, you can simply go ahead and add your assets, meaning you'll connect it to your ad account. But this one already is good to go, so I'm just going to create a sample. I'll just call it like a test pixel. So this is taking a minute here. Let's try this again. All right, click add. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let's just say this is a test pixel. Now what's going to prompt us to do is to go ahead and set up the pixel now. And we've got three different options. I'd recommend doing ad code using a partner integration. If we use this, what it's going to do is we just simply tell them what kind of website we have, and it's super, super simple to get this on our website. So what this looks like is, let's say you're on Wix, you click on Wix. Let's say you're on Shopify, click on Shopify. WordPress, etc. When you click on this, it's actually giving you step-by-step picture instructions. Facebook even tells you, click here, click and continue, click here. And so it'll walk you all the way through, and then it'll give you a confirmation when you're finished and you're good to go. So once that pixel is on your website, just like we have a pixel on here, now we can finally track whatever important, valuable actions you have. So let's say, for example, you wanted to know every time someone actually booked you for your services, or someone downloaded a PDF guide of yours, like a freebie of some sort. All of these are valuable actions that we definitely want to be able to track. So for example, this client of mine in particular, she has a bunch of free downloads on her website. And what I had her do was go ahead and so through her blog, she has a bunch of blogs and free resources. And when someone comes across a free resource, signs up and joins her email list, what I had her do was set up a simple redirect, meaning when people went ahead and entered in their name and their email to get a free guide, what I'm having it do is redirect to a page like this. So she has a freebie on blogging for your pet business. What I had her do was just create this simple page so that it redirects whenever someone signs up. Again, what it redirects to is this thank you page is what we're calling it. So /blogs-topics-thank-you. So this is her thank you page. What we are now going to do is tell Facebook, hey, every time someone hits this thank you page, this means that they signed up for this blogging freebie that my client has. So what I'm going to tell Facebook is let me know every time this actually happens after someone sees my ad. So let me show you how it is that we do that. All right, you're doing great. You've already verified your domain. You've created your pixel. Now, the very last thing that we need to do is tell Facebook exactly which events we want to be measuring on our website. Like I said, whether it's getting someone to sign up for your email list through downloading a freebie or getting a free coupon from you. Maybe you're looking to measure people who are filling out, like clicking on a get started button and filling out a form to get started working with you. Or maybe you're looking to measure the number of people who are purchasing from your shop. We now need to tell Facebook exactly what we want it to measure. So what I'm going to have you do is head on over here to Business Tools, click on Events Manager, and then you will see all of the pixels here. Make sure you're selecting your proper pixel. We're going to click on Add Events from the pixel. Now, what's really neat is that we can either track button clicks or specific URLs. So I'm going to have you put in your URL here. I am putting in the thank you page that my client had. Again, this was a freebie that she had, and this is the page that shows up after someone joins her freebie. So I'm going to click on Open Website. I'm going to tell Facebook, hey, every time someone hits this thank you page, let's measure this as a new subscription for like an email subscriber. So we can do two different options. Like I said, we can track new buttons, which is super neat. Or what we can do is we can actually track the URL. I'll show you the button option again in just a second. But I'm going to say select an event. We're going to call this a subscriber, a new email subscriber, every time the URL equals blog topics, blog-topics-thank you. We're going to click confirm. And there we go. We can see that this is all set up and good to go. Now, let's say in particular that we wanted to track something different. We're going to click finish as well. Yeah, that was helpful. All right. So let's say we wanted to measure something different. Add events from the pixel, open event setup tool. Let's say we wanted to measure every time someone submitted a form on her website, like her get started form. All I'm doing is I told the event setup tool to come to her homepage here. We can click on track new button. And actually, if you click on get started, we can measure this as anything else, like a lead, which is super, super useful. You say that just don't include a value. Typically, you're going to do that. You click confirm and you're good to go. So again, she can measure any valuable action by either having it measure a specific button on her website or a URL like this thank you page. All right, so the very last thing we need to do is let Facebook know which events are our priority events. They're letting us now have a total of 8 events, being ones that are tracked and measured. And what we need to do is prioritize those and let them know which ones are most important. Well, we have 2 events right here. You could have 10 events here. You could have as many as you want here. However, we, again, need to let Facebook know which ones are most important to us. So if we click on Aggregated Event Measurement, click on Configure Web Events, then click on the domain in particular that you want. We're doing the Pet Marketing Unleashed. You can see that there are 0 assigned events. We need to go ahead and assign them. We will click Edit, and you can see that 0 of 8 slots are filled. So what we're going to do is click Add Event, choose the pixel, and you can see these others are blurred out because these were not associated with the ad account. But the Pet Marketing Unleashed pixel was. That's the one we're working with. And then I can go ahead and click Subscribe as one that I want to measure. I'll click Submit. Yes, I understand these changes. And it's just letting us know that this can take up to 72 hours. Typically, it's much faster than that. So I went ahead. It says I've successfully submitted this. And now we are good to go. And this is something that we can now measure in our Facebook and Instagram ads. All right, you did it. We went ahead, we verified our domain, we set up our pixel, our ad account, we're ready to go. Know that in the coming days, I'm going to send out to you video tutorials walking you through how to actually create your campaigns, advice on who to target, what to say. All of that information is coming your way, but this is enough here for today. If you have any other questions, go ahead and reply to this email, or you can email me at jenny@adsuncorked.com, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have.